Yeah, hi everyone. Today we are celebrating several milestones. First of all, my 60th birthday, but also 40 years of being in fashion business. And for this event, we have invited our guests and friends from all over the world coming here to celebrate with us a theme which is called Redefining Connections.
Ya, event kita kali ini nggak cuma satu hari aja, selama 3 hari maksudnya. Hari pertama itu untuk family, banyak family ya sudah lama nggak ketemu dan mereka tinggal di di benua lain lah, di luar negeri atau seluruh dunia. Mereka datang untuk acara ini dan alasan untuk acara ini untuk ketemu dengan saudara-saudara yang lain, karena 60 tahun itu kan sekali dalam seumur hidup. Jadi adalah waktu yang tepat untuk mengumpulkan saudara-saudara atau family-family yang terpecah di seluruh dunia.
Yeah, on the second day, we invited all my colleagues, ex-colleagues, or friends from my professional career until today, and also people from the art world from all over the world to come together to celebrate creativity and inspiration.
Kalau hari ketiga itu teman-teman kita yang banyak jasanya juga banyak andilnya dalam bisnis kita, dalam usaha kita atau dalam karir kita, karena mereka adalah juga orang-orang yang dikenal atau public figure atau selebritis yang dari awal sudah membantu kita untuk menjadikan suatu nama yang dikenal juga di Indonesia.
So for Redefining Connections, we have developed several artworks. One of them is The Nest. It's an interactive artwork because we invited all our guests to place an egg-shaped stone inside the nest. The idea is here that we created the nest with tree branches from our garden, and inside the nest all the guests place the stones. While the wood of the branches will destruct and vanish someday because it's organic material, of course, the stones will remain here forever because they will not destruct, and they somehow carry a memory or a wish from all the guests who came here, and they will be kept here forever in our garden. So it's kind of a memory for us and also a gratefulness from us to have them always with us.
Orang-orang yang hadir hari ini, hari ketiga atau hari 1, kedua, ketiga, mereka kita Joe nggak mau dikasih kado, tapi mau dikasih sesuatu yang lebih mengenang ya. Kayak tadi batu buat masukin di nest, kedua adalah paku yang seperti lihat sini akan yang ditancapkan ke papan ini, yang di mana nantinya akan membentuk sesuatu seni.
For Redefining Connections, we have developed 3 batik motifs. First the globe, then the open chain, and the Wi-Fi motif, all representing connections. Our guests brought used nails from home and hammered them on this board, where at the end all 3 motifs are connected and create a new combined motif.
For this event, we also collaborated with the female collective of Mpu, Gampingan, and there are 11 artists. We work together, and all of them work one time on a collaborative work. So we explain them what's the concept behind, and they executed this. But they also work on individual projects where they were free to come up with their own ideas. So this work, which is shown here with the mask, is based on a collection we have been launching previously, and the idea was to remove borders and make everything borderless. But today we do the opposite. We add a border, so we bring back the fabrics from that show and cover part of the mask, which the models used to wear during the show. And the artist, which is Tini Yasmin, she said that for her this is a kind of Indonesian habit or behavior where you might see something, but it's not necessary always to share what you see. So you keep something by yourself. You also might want to talk about something, but Indonesian habit is not to talk about everything. So also here you keep something for yourself. Or you have something in your mind, but you don't necessarily need to share everything what you have in mind. So the idea here is more or less there's always a part which you keep for yourself. You can also say which you hide, because the mask is hiding, instead of share everything what you might have in your mind.
Ya, jadi ya kita sebagai manusia jadi jangan terlalu kasih tahu semuanya ke orang. Harus ada rahasia buat kita sendiri. Ya, kalau ini adalah karya kita sendiri, yaitu menceritakan tentang wayang, di mana semua figur ini adalah imajinasi dari kita. Waktu ada bangku atau sofa kita dari kayu udah dimakan rayap, terus kayaknya bahaya kalau didudukin, terus kita jadiin seperti bentuk ini, jadinya seperti bentuk ini, terus kita lihat, ini kok kayak, karena emang kita suka wayang, apalagi saya juga nari Jawa gitu ya, ini kayak punakawan ya gitu. Jadi figur-figur yang sesuai dengan punakawan ini ada ya kita jadiin karakter mereka, seperti ini Semar, terus Gareng, Petruk, Bagong, dan juga yang terakhir yang sangat langsing ini kita jadiin Arjuna gitu. Dimana karakter ini suka saya tarikan, saya dijadikan karakter dari salah satu Pandawa 5 seperti Arjuna atau Puntadewa. Jadi semua ini mewakilkan dari kesukaan kita dan juga barang yang ada di rumah kita.
Kan tema dari exhibition ini Redefining Connections. Jadi karya yang ini emang berhubung dengan multi-level aspek dari connection itu sebetulnya apa. Jadi kita bisa lihat karya ini kan pakai bekas kayu dari bangku yang dulu ada di homestay kami rusak. Nah ini kayu ini tidak sekuat kayu yang di bawah. Yang di bawah itu pohon lengkeng yang ada di homestay yang sudah lebih dari 100 tahun, dan itu stabil dan kuat banget. Jadi juga berat. Itu juga artinya koneksi dari apa manusia yang bikin sama apa yang alam yang bikin. Yang selalu akan menang itu alam, karena alam lebih kuat. Another aspect is of course the ground. The ground is all from our garden, so it's like leaves, sand, stones, and this is the meaning here is that whoever we are and wherever we come from, we all share the same ground. We all share the same roots. And when you look at the batik fabrics of each character, there are some, or the Punakawan, the 4 figures of the Punakawan, they all share the Gunungan or mountain motif, while Arjuna here has the parang motif. While Gunungan is done in cotton, the parang is done in silk. So it's a more luxurious fabric because Arjuna representing the king, the royal, while the Punakavan are known for being the joker within the Vayam, meaning they have a stronger connection to the audience, to the ordinary people, because they seem not to be perfect, even they are goddesses. This also shows or is another way of connection. You might dress yourself differently, but at the end, again, we share the same foundation. The last aspect in this work is also perception. How do we perceive and what do we see when we dress, for example, ourselves? So, what's his name again? Petrov. Petrov is the tallest character of the four figures, and you usually would expect that he wear his sarong high on the waist, but he's wearing it as the lowest of all four figures, and this raises questions, but there's no answers. On the other hand, Bagong, he wears the longest and a very 3 meters long fabric, which you usually only wear as a royal, because this is the kain dodot, we call it here. But the kain dodot usually is wrapped around the body, not like a scarf, what he's doing. So it's also raising questions and there's no answers. While Sama here, he covers his body because he's maybe he has the fat one in this group, so he might want to cover his body out of what reasons. So every character which we shown here can raise questions, and when you look at the object on the side, which is a wood putting upside down, the meaning here is everything depends on the perspective. It doesn't mean or it doesn't give us answers. It just shows that there's different ways of what people look at and also what they perceive of that. And everything is possible. There's no right and no wrong.
Jadi ritual ini kita namain water spring atau mata air. Kita believe atau percaya bahwa ada aluran mata air di bawah ini sampai ke belakang sana. Di belakang sana adalah ada sungai di belakang rumah kita sana, dan di sini air itu adalah sumber kehidupannya.
Karena di sini ada mata air. Dulu mata air kan selalu is the connection between the temples which are spread around this area.
Dulu tuh percayanya kalau ada candi itu selalu dekat dengan mata air. Jadi percayanya adalah untuk mencuci atau membersihkan diri sebelum mereka melakukan upacara atau berdoa.
Makanya itu mata air juga air yang sacred kan, yang like holy water.
Ya, dan kita jelasin juga sebelah rumah kita adalah Candi Sari. Jadi beda 20 meter lah gitu.
Ya. Nah, tempat ini kita mau ajak tamu-tamu untuk taruh mangkok. Di dalam mangkok mereka taruh kertas di mana mereka tulis a wish, ya.
Oh iya, wish itu adalah doa.
Ya.
Doa.
Nah, sebelum mereka taruh mangkok di ruang ini, mereka ambil beras di sini. Karena di sini ada mata air, itu mangkoknya sendiri jadi kayak kapal. Di dalam kapal itu ada nota wish note, dan beras itu akan bawa wish note-nya ke ancestor kita. Dan kalau lihat ke atas di ruangan ini ada 2 antena yang emang dulu waktu ibunya bayi masih hidup, dia waktu dia sakit nggak bisa keluar dari tempat tidurnya, koneksi yang dia masih ada itu semua lewat TV. Jadi antena itu kayak simbolik connection dia ke dunia. Di atas kalian bisa lihat ada batik-batik shibori yang kita dulu bikin. Ini kolaborasinya sama Kelly Tangiono waktu kita bikin koleksi yang namanya Tomorrow. Jadi Tomorrow emang juga ada hubungan dan kehidupan yang akan datang. Jadi mangkok-mangkok yang emang jalan ke ancestor itu nanti kehidupan yang
akan terkonek dengan para leluhur lewat ceritanya gitu. Jadi tulisan yang isinya dengan doa atau keinginan itu dibawa oleh air ke atas juga gitu.
This room we call the mom's room, and actually the background of this room is that my mother and Bai's mother, they passed away at the exact same day, just 3 hours apart. And our mothers, they met once in Jakarta, but for a very short time only, so they don't really know each other very closely. And we were thinking, let's give them another opportunity to get to know each other more deeply. So we created this room for them, and on the right side, that is Bai's mother's wall. Maybe you explain that wall.
Ya, jadi dinding ini dipenuhi dengan barang-barang dari almarhum ibu saya. Jadi almarhum ibu saya dan almarhum ibunya Joe meninggal di hari yang sama, cuma beda 2 jam. Yang satu di Kalasan di rumah ini, Candi Sari, yang satu di kota kecil di Jerman namanya Wolfenbüttel. Itu harinya sama, cuma beda 2 jam. Nah, mereka cuma ketemu sekali ya, kayak saya jelasin lagi. Terus ini barang-barang yang di sini, ini ruangan kita berikan untuk dedikasikan untuk kedua orang tua kita, kedua orang ibu kita. Dan sebelah sini adalah barang ibu saya. Ini taplak meja ini adalah taplak meja kesayangan ibu saya. Ini dari tahun 70-an kali ya gitu. Dan juga alat-alat makannya itu bekas ya kalau ibu saya ya lagi makan malam, makan siang gitu ya.
So while the right side is Bai's mother, the left side is my mother's side. So you can see here these crochet runners she collected during her lifetime, and when you look closely, they look like figures. Yeah, they have eyes, nose, mouth, and there are 5 in total all over the wall. While here in the middle this is the sharing area. So this table is covered with pieces both of our mothers, Bai's and mine, have collected during their lifetime. And when you look closely to the items, you don't really understand which item is from which mother, because mothers collect these things more or less, or more or less every mother collect these kind of things, and they are all very similar. While when we look on the chair, on the right side we have a dress from my mother, and on the left side we have a dress from Bai's mother. But the 4 chairs here, they are empty. Meaning also we invite others to join this meeting or this meetup. And we have of course 5 guests who are more or less approaching them.
Ya, ini di sini ada foto ayah saya waktu muda dan foto almarhum ayah saya waktu muda dan almarhum ibu saya waktu muda. Dan di sini ada juga foto Kanjeng Sultan Hamengkubuwono II. Itu adalah leluhur saya. Jadi ibu saya dari pihak ibu saya, dia adalah ada garis dari HB2.
So while on the right side we saw the family of Bai, you see here my family. This is my grandfather, my grandmother, and there's also photos of my parents, one of their engagement and one of their wedding. The other photos which you see in this room, all the black and white photos, are photos from my father before he left Indonesia to go to Germany. So they are all from the 1930s to the 1950s, and showed just different situations here in Indonesia. Then finally we have this vitrine, and it includes, or inside there's all these precious items by his mother love, because this belongs to by his mother. And as you know, these are all the special dishes and plates which normally you only put out when there's a very special occasion, or sometimes even never put out because they're so precious you never use them. And it's covered with the vana, again with the Khosroy vana from my mother. On the other side you see this old Dutch wall clock, which is also covered with the vana from my mother. And both items are wrapped around with cord, because here the idea is they are ready to be carried out. Finally, when you look back at the tablecloths, which is on this wall, all our guests who came to this event, they sign it. It's somehow a kind of guest book. And here it shows, as we said in the beginning, there's 4 empty chairs, but at the end there's a lot of people attending this event together with our mothers, so there's a lot of guests coming in. And later, when this event is finished, everything is ready to be carried out.